I just finished the Grafton Loop trail. This trail is about 34 miles. A lot of people will say 38 or 40. My GPS said 34. You start at the bottom at the trailhead, and I went counterclockwise. It took me 4 days of hiking and 3 nights of camping. I averaged like 9 miles a day. My pack wasn't super heavy. It was about 25 pounds, but I'm also very light. And it is very rugged terrain. Now, the east side is maintained by the Main Appalachian Trail Club, and the west side is maintained by the um, Appalachian Mountain Club, the AMC. Here's the view from the first climb, Puzzle Mountain. There's Sunday River, ski area, and that peak there is Speck, and then the Bald Pates are those two nubs there. I took video of all the campsites on the trip, just so folks can see what they look like. Basically, they're all very similar. The east side, which is maintained by the Main Appalachian Trail Club, does not have bear boxes or tent platforms, and the ones on the west, there's a few that do. Um, the west side, the trails are better maintained and brushed out, and logs cleared than the east also. So this is Stewart campsite, which is just over from Puzzle Mountain. A lot of work went into these trails. This loop was opened in 2007. Nice stone stairs, beautiful walk through the woods right there. And this is Town Corner campsite. I stayed here after about 9 mile hike. Ended up being the most elevation gain of the whole trip, which was odd, between Puzzle and Long Mountain. Bit of a climb. So nice site. I mean, plenty of places to put a tent in, and trees for hammocking. There's a fire pit. No fires are allowed over here on these um, campsites, so that's an illegal fireplace right there. So that last campsite, water was just a trickle. All the campsites have water nearby. Some may just be a trickle when it's dry. So here's a pretty stream. The east side had a lot of water, a lot of streams. It's quite the walk into this campsite, which I believe is Lane. One little site. Scenic waterfall. Let's see what happens this way. And there's a water crossing to get in here. Alright, well, looks like there's more up here. Oh yeah, more sites up here. Someone's fucking trash. Bunch of sites. Hammock area. Yeah. And the privy's pretty close. And the water's pretty close. So this east side could use a little brush cutting. Quite a few logs across. East Bald Pate. outhouse right off to the left. You hear a stream right to the right. One little spot. Big spot. So there's some hammock trees. Yeah. Right here, it's good hammock trees. Love the iron rungs. This was right before summiting East Baldpate. I saw quite a few people on the AT, but on the Grafton Loop section, I saw a total of 4 people, 2 on the east and 2 on the west. And I was alone in every campsite. Whites in the distance and speck. Wow. I love the Baldpates. I would highly recommend, if you're a hiker, to just drive up 26 and do a day hike even to East Baldpate. Really beautiful, just this bare rock and ledges. Really scenic hike. It's Baldpate, East Baldpate. The one with the view. Pretty little blog right here. Not pretty. Last little hill till I can sit down. This is Baldpate Lean-To, which is on the Appalachian Trail portion of my loop. Outhouse is behind. Trails to the left. Lots of other spots. A ton of spots. Stream right there. All alone, but when there's through hikers in season, it is busy, I'm sure. Speck, tough fucking stuff. This is the next day on the way up to Speck Mountain. Real tough trail. Saw a guy running it, which is awesome. I love it. As you can see, the leaves are changing. This is the view from Speck. I did a lot of yakking up there with folks. Good conversation. There's a fire tower that you climb to actually get a view. This is the water source for Bull Run. It's a bit of a downhill walk from the trail. across the brook. Let's see. Okay, what do we got? Got a tent platform, bear box, more space, hammock space. It's a bit of a trek from the trail. There's 2 tent sites. Yeah, there's another platform down here. Well, it's open space. Well, I have a feeling not many people go to this platform. Jesus Christ, what the hell is it? Well, if you want privacy, there's another tent platform. Be a bit of a long hang for a hammock. Huh. I stayed here at Slide Mountain campsite. So the privy's off to the left, and this is a bit of a walk up the trail, and the water's way down the bottom at the trail. So you have to kind of plan ahead here and hopefully have a water bag and just bring all your water up. So tree down, you can skirt that. And there was a map drawn on a white placard at the top here that the map is worn off, but there's space to the left where I stayed, and then there's 2 lobes to the right also with tenting space. Again, a bear box to put your food in, which is always nice and much easier than trying to properly hang your food. I do question how much bears are an issue, but I guess it's always good to be preventative so they don't become an issue. So my last day was a long one. This is heading up Sunday River Whitecap, which again, one of the best hikes I think in Maine. Um, and there is an approach from Route 26. I've done it in the winter. It's just a nice bare top, a lot of exposed terrain for great views. Speck to the right there, and then panning across the Mahoosix with the White Mountains in the background, and Mount Washington kind of in the clouds a little bit. Really special spot up there. Beautiful. This hike in 2 weeks will be absolutely spectacular with the leaves. You can see the leaves just starting down there in the valley. It's going to be awesome. 2 weeks, week and a half, do it. campsite up here. Pad. This is Sargent, and the water's back towards the main trail. Again, a long walk with water and a long walk into the campsite. So there's a bear box for your food, and then there's a sign that fell over or never got put up. Outhouse. I think there's another campsite down there. I don't think this is official trail. Campsite over here. So this ends the campsite tour. I did not do a walk into Bald Mountain campsite, which was the last one. I was over it, just wanted to get to the car. I love the mountain flora and a lot of hard work on this ladder coming up the side of the mountain on my hike down. Pretty cool. Remainder of the trail follows this brook down, real pretty. Gotta say I was over it at this point. Just wanted to see the car. Real nice trip. Rugged loop, but real sense of accomplishment when you're done.